Boom. Hopefully, I'm on. Got my little mic in. What's going on, y'all? All right. All buckled up. So I'm actually in Walmart right now and on a little bit of a Hail Mary, trying to grab something for my daughter. She actually had an assignment due today and she went to school and forgot it. Straight up forgot about the whole thing. She's supposed to make some apple dumplings for her English class, which is weird, but whatever. Um, so I'm trying to help her by finding it, going home, making it, and taking it to her school. That way she don't get a bad grade. But I was just in the process of making some videos because for my business page, communicating with some of the customers. We got some rain today, and it's been rain for the last few days. So one thing about what a lot of frustration come from and disgruntled customers is when you don't communicate when things are going on. So I try to be ahead of that. I've learned from my past that delaying the communication part only ends in a bad way. So communicating as early as you can see, if you see the forecast and you know it's raining in the area and you won't be able to perform certain types of work, like especially if like you're on a rooftop like myself, or if you're out doing some landscaping, certain things you can't do, inside the, bad weather conditions. So communicating that kills confusion. If you go to your business page, send out an email, send out a text message, however you communicate with those customers, and make sure you say, hey, due to the weather conditions, unfortunately, we want to make sure your project turns out uh, amazing. So um, we're delaying, work until 24 to 48 hours, but you are priority as soon as the weather clears up. So that's killing that confusion, just communicating that piece. Because a lot of people just say, well, you know, the weather's bad. Obviously, they see it's raining. They should know why I'm not coming. No, no, no. You don't never want to assume that just because it's raining on your part of the city, that it's raining everywhere, because that's not necessarily true. Prime example, it was pouring down where I lived at the other day, pouring down in the area that I worked at. I was like, man, I already had text the guys and say, hey, we're not going to go in because, hey, it's raining. But then I drove over to the job site and it was clear. It was no rain. It didn't rain there for hours and hours. So being that it didn't rain in the area where the job was being done, I would have basically set myself up to have to stack my schedule for the next day. So definitely check the forecast in the area that you're working before you just assume that just because it's raining where you're located at, that it's raining in the project area. Because that right there, we were able to get like 7 8 hours of work done, and it rained all day on my side of town, which is weird. But we can't control Mother Nature, but we can communicate and prevent customers and stuff like that from being agitated on the missed communication, because that right there causes a lot of problems in business. Separates you from some of your competition when you actually communicate early, or makes you just proper communicating in general. So I'm only speaking from experience. At one point, you know, I used to, every time it used to rain, I used to be like, well, obviously everybody knows it's raining. Obviously, we're going to be delayed for 24 to 48 hours. And just because I assume that, just because I know that, that don't mean don't communicate it. There's people that, may not know that, your process or whatever. But as time goes on, people start to understand that, hey, if it's raining, more than likely he'll be over within 24 to 48 hours and not in a trip. But communicating that just helps. And common dumplings. So where would I find dumplings? Excuse me. Apple dumplings. I'm trying to find some apple dumplings for my daughter. She got a project that she supposed to do. So I'm out trying to find this very, very last minute. Very last minute. I'm gonna get on her about this. But just wanted to babble with y'all for a little bit. As I walk through Small Mart trying to find this stuff, but don't want y'all to. Hope you got the culprit of what I was saying. I was talking about communicating with customers. If you have any type of weather conditions that affects the work that you're able to perform, just wanted to say make sure you communicate. If you communicate with them through text message, text them. If you email them, or if they typically follow the business page and you know they engage with your content, make sure you make a video on your Facebook business page or whatever. That way the customer's in the loop of what's going on. That way people can't say they didn't know. Maybe the husband and the wife follow the business page and the wife's seen it and she tells the husband, that informs him. But either way it go, communicate the best way you can. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get going though. Gotta find this stuff and I don't know where to find it at.